What's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to be attempting to make a keylight from scratch, print the casing, buy the components, put the circuit together using an Arduino, put the software on it, make it all work, all while having absolutely no fucking idea what I'm doing. No clue at all. Never done anything like this before, just jumped into all these hobbies at the same time, and I'm using AI to guide me through the process. We'll see what Claudie Boy can help me do. Fingers crossed everything goes well and I have a functional keylight that I can showcase at the end of the video, but let's see what happens. Let's go. Alright, so I've bought an 8x8, little 8cm by 8cm LED light board. Basically an Arduino clone. All the jumper cables you need, breadboard and such, things that I have been told by Claude are important for prototyping, so I don't just jump straight into soldering stuff. Which, by the way, I have all of one evening experience with a solder. So I should start by giving you my vision. I'm wanting to make a tiny little keylight. I want to add 3 knobs to it to control hue, the saturation, and the brightness. And yeah, I want to 3D print the whole casing, upload the software, and make it happen. Yeah. Alright, so at this point I think I finished the circuit. It's so simple. It's literally fucking 6 wires. So anyone who knows what they're doing is probably looking at this like it's little pussy baby time. Whatever, that's all good. If everything works, then I can look into adding some buttons and knobs, and fingers crossed some light comes out of this and we'll see what happens. Hey! We've got light. We've got light. That's a win. That is a win in my books. All right, it's fucking annoying. Stop. All right, well, I'm going to dinner. That's huge. Huge progress. See you later. I'm back. I'm going to be attaching 3 of these little knobs. One for brightness, one for saturation, one for hue. Like all the standard controls you would use in fucking Paint. And then I'll be able to make any color I want, at any brightness I want. I'll be unstoppable. It'll be wonderful. Claudie Boy, as always, is going to guide me through the wiring process, just going to breadboard it. See you when I have a working, controllable LED light. Mission success. Just had to ask Claude to write up a little bit of code for me to like make these dials actually do what I want them to do. But it's gone so well. Look at this. We got brightness, saturation, and then we've got hue. Just as I wanted. I mean, could you ask for anything more? It's, again, super simple, just like an extra 9 wires, 3 powers, 3 grounds, and 3 datas. And then Claude writing up the code for me, I literally just described what I wanted and he made it happen. First try as well. So it's all going good. So I want to swap out this big board for one of the nano boards. I did buy one of the nanos just because the housing is going to be really small. It's going to be a small light. So I'm going to rewire that, test it again. I won't bother showing you that. And if it's working, I'm going to jump into soldering it all together. Don't know how that's going to work, but again, we'll figure it out as we go. So very happy so far. Let's keep it moving. I'm back. And I know what you're thinking. Where's the soldering? What's going on? I was foolish and I assumed that I would be able to just chop up the little wires that I used in my breadboard and solder it together using them straight on the board itself. And you're probably thinking right now, how could you be so stupid? How could you be so stupid? And the answer is, I don't know and I'm sorry. As it turns out, I need to buy a Perfboard, which is a little plastic board with some metal holes in it. And I need to buy some wire to solder onto said Perfboard. I don't have Perfboard, I don't have the wires, but I'm gonna buy them. And the next time you see me, I will be soldering. So I'll see you then. I'm back. I've got what I needed. Got myself some wires, got myself a double-sided PCB kit. Let's get soldering. All right, this is my core layout. Told me to do a layout before I get to soldering anything. Red wire for power, black wire for ground, and then that's where the actual components will be. Mission accomplished. Look at that. In brightness, saturation, hue. So good. I'm not going to say everything was perfect. I ran into an issue where the saturation knob just wasn't working. It was getting real hot. So I just went in with more solder on all the joints, bolstered it and got it working. I also, in the process of fiddling around with this, somehow managed to snap off the connectors and decided, why not shorten them? I mean, it was like 25 centimeters of length and like, there's just no need for that. So shorten that connection, shortened this cable as well, resoldered it. Everything's looking good. And I'm ready to move on to the housing design. So for a bit of context, everything obviously is going to be done from scratch in CAD. I'm going to be using Fusion, have no CAD design. Got to use Claude to help. So I'm going to start sketching out what it's going to look like and I'll come back to you once I have an idea. Alright, I'm back and I've measured everything. LED panel, Perfboard, distance from the highest component to the bottom of the wires, pop bodies, the USB-C port, everything. And this is basically what it's gonna look like. This is the plan. So obviously it's gonna be 8x8. This is a side-on view, sidewall, 2mm overhang, little ridge in there to allow the diffuser to fit in there. 15mm gap, so you can't see the light straight through. And then that's where the LED panel will be, most likely fastened in just with some fucking 2M tape. And then a 3mm panel with a little gap here to allow the cable to pass down. And then that's the cable hanging off the bottom. This is where the Perfboard is going to be housed. Made that 34mm because it's about 27 from the bottom of the wires to the top of the pot. And you need a bit of clearance, some breathing room. And then that's where the cable's going to sit and connect, so that in that housing. And then yeah, 4mm back panel. So all in all, it's going to be about 62mm tall. So it's going to be relatively cube-like, which I don't hate. But now that I've sort of planned it out, it's time to start figuring out how to design this bad boy in Fusion. So probably going to jump into a screen recording. I'll see you in a bit. Just thought I'd give you guys a quick look at where we started. Me asking Claude what filming lights were called. Didn't even know what a key light was. Look at all that conversation, figuring out where we're up to, what we're doing. Lovely. Basically, what I've decided with Claude's advice is to make sort of two main compartments, one for the Perfboard, one for the LED, and they're just going to sort of clip together. Once I've made some progress, I'll show you how it's looking. Alright, got a little USB-C hole, we got the 3 knob holes, should all be lined up nicely, right height, right size. Now the last thing I gotta do for this is add some kind of clip mechanism to the top. Alright, I'm back. Claude told me I was a silly little boy and to wait to make my clips until I'd make the LED compartment as well. So here that is. It's a spot for the cable to drop through, and then I've made a little lip here to hold the diffuser in place. Alright, so just giving you guys a quick little look at a cross section. You can see I've done a little nub on the top and a little crevice on the bottom for it to slot into. Pretty simple stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little test print and see how it's fitting together. I'm back during the day. Happy, happy, happy. Look at that. I've printed the first little compartment to the Perfboard. For a first rendition, pretty happy with it, not gonna lie. The screws align really well with the little standoffs, so the Perfboard's really in there. Bitch ain't going nowhere. The only things that I really have to change, the USB-C port doesn't sit flush with the edge of the enclosure. So I'm just gonna have to make the hole a little bit bigger. It's really well aligned, which is great. That's the part that I thought I was gonna mess up. I'm just gonna make that hole bigger so that the entire cable can sort of fit straight into the enclosure. Second issue is that these knobs aren't quite far enough out for the cap to really sort of grip on. So similar story, I'm just gonna make those holes a little bit bigger so that the entire cap base can sort of slot in. And then all I have to do is sort of design some external clips. I'm thinking one on this side, one on this side, and then the receiver on the other compartment, so they just snap together. And that'll be kind of it, that'll be done. So long as everything is aligned and everything is working. We'll see, we'll see. I'm back, it's nighttime, I'm upset. It's not really that bad. I printed the top layer. It hasn't gone wonderfully well. It has one major issue. Firstly, the positives. This aligns very nicely and sticks through. The downside is, the lip being on the bottom means that the entire base is floating. So when you turn supports on, it has to print an entire support layer for that middle section, which is off the floor. And as you can see, I've had to chisel it off, and it looks like shit, and it hardly clicks in, because obviously that's not gonna work. So what I've decided to do is, instead of this having the cutout, this will now have the cutout, so the base can be nice and flush. And this will have a little protrusion on the top, because my printer will have a lot easier time printing a little protrusion on the top than on the bottom. So onward and upward. Alright, so I thought I'd show you guys real quick the changes that I've made to this, just rapid fire through them. So as discussed, I have increased the size of these holes to allow the dials to fit in properly. I've increased the size of the USB-C port to allow the whole cable to fit in. I've added a threaded insert section to the bottom now that I know what the orientation is going to be. And then I've added the ridge to the top of this instead of the bottom of the other piece, so it should print much nicer on the top. And the main change are these little clips that I've designed, little cantilever clips. I say I've designed, but really just sort of done what Claude told me to do. I have created little slivers, because I'm not going to make the same mistake of printing the entire thing and then realizing that it doesn't work. Yeah, I'll get those printing now and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, I'm back again. I've printed my two little test pieces, and let me say, the base of this has turned out so nice and clean in comparison to this one where I had to hack off the supports. On the other hand, the ridge, which is now on the top of this piece, has also turned out really nicely. I also printed these clips. One has snapped off, they're a little bit thin, but the main thing is the design works. But yeah, it's all looking good, everything's aligned, everything's nice and strong and solid and clean. So now I just need to print the entire housings, snap them together, throw everything in, and we should be done. We should have a nice key light ready to go. So let's do it. Alrighty, everything is printed. It's assembly day. So I've pre-stuck these double-sided tapes on, pre-put some screws in. Let's get assembling. And there we go. Time for an immediate test. Everything's looking good. If I crank up the brightness all the way, yeah, the camera doesn't like it, but just to show you. And there we have it. Successful keylight from scratch. Stoked. Alright, I've just done a quick little setup. It's big reveal time. Light off, I'm in darkness. Light on, I'm alive. I mean, it's incredible. The key light is doing its job. I'm stoked. I could give myself a blue or a green or a purple complexion if I wanted to. I fucking won't, but it's nice to have the option, I guess. And yeah, this has just been such a great little learning experience. I mean, never soldered a PCB together before, never printed a custom enclosure before, and I'm just excited to keep making stuff. Shout outs to the homie Claude for guiding me through it. Shout outs to the homies watching for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I didn't ramble on too much, and yeah. See you later. Bye-bye.